I'd like to introduce Jennifer Lopez, who's going to be signing Suzanne Summers' books this evening.
She always does that.
I know, I don't know why. Okay. Anyway, we're at Simon & Schuster in New York at their offices. This is the first time we've been here. They have very lovely offices.
Yeah.
Okay. They're probably making a lot of money on your book, right?
I bet.
Yeah.
Look what a nice office it is.
I know.
Was it this nice before I got here? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, Suzanne has written her 27th book. And she has 14 New York Times bestsellers. This will probably be number 15, especially if you'd like to buy one of her books tonight that will be autographed.
Could you all buy 10,000 books? It'd be really great. Give them to your friends. Anyway.
What's that?
Where can they buy those books?
Oh, that's where you go to buy the book? Okay, you go to Premier Collectibles.
.com/Summers.
No, premiercollectibles.com Summers, S-O-M-E-R-S.
No, /Summers. Not to
Oh.
correct you or anything.
What?
Not to correct you or anything. It's premiercollectibles.com/Summers.
Hello, Blue Fox to Red Leader. Premier Collectibles. Collectibles is plural.
Yeah.
.com
Yeah.
/Summers.
Okay. It's not that hard.
Okay, it wasn't that. Yeah, well, I flunked out a couple
Anyway,
of times.
it's nice to be here. We're in New York, and they have been running me ragged, but that's all good because we've gone from show to show. We were on GMA yesterday and the Today Show today, you might have seen, and tonight, Nightline. And it's been, I think I've written so many books that you feel an energy with a book. And I feel the energy with this one when I was writing it, and now that it's published, and the way people are reacting to it, the interviewers on television, and what I'm finding is it's ageless. The young interviewers really want to know, is there a new way to age?
That was interesting.
Yeah. And then the 50-year-olds are going, is there a new way to age? And then the 60-year-olds are going, is there a new way to age? A lot of men were saying, is there a new way to age? And that's what this is about. I've thought that when I was 73, which I am.
You're 73?
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
Well, it's a whole new experience for me too, because I've never slept with a 73-year-old
Well, there
woman.
you go.
Yeah.
We'll do that tonight.
Okay.
Okay. But I thought I'd be old, and I am chronologically old, so is he, but we're not old. And that's what's really interesting about aging this new way. It's about understanding what your deficiencies are, be they hormonal, be they with nutrients or minerals, if you're absorbing minerals. That doesn't sound very important. You go, so what? Really, so what? If you are not absorbing minerals, if you're not taking in the correct amount of minerals and nutrients, your body will not work at optimum.
That's me.
That's right. You were not absorbing
That
minerals.
was me.
Yeah. And remember how exhausted you were? There are things in here that you'll never hear.
Remember what that doctor told me?
Yeah, that you weren't going to live very long.
Right.
Yeah. So
and what did you say to the doctor?
I said, that's a terrible thing to say to someone. I'm never speaking to you again.
And we hung up.
Yeah. Well, it's a terrible thing for a doctor to say.
Terrible.
A doctor's supposed to offer hope. This was hopeless. But that's how important absorption of minerals is. And, I write about things like that, like zinc. What do you care about zinc? I'll tell you why you should care about zinc. There are over 350 different tasks that zinc accomplishes in the human body that without zinc, these things don't happen.
Can you name them?
Right now?
All 300?
And magnesium's the same thing. It's magnesium, keeps your pumping power, your heart, your brain. It's all, what the body is a system. And you got to keep all the parts working at optimum, because if one part is not working at optimum, imagine in your car, if are there still carburetors, if that's not working, it affects the whole car. The whole car is working too hard to do its task, and that's what happens to the body. So it's about replacing hormones. It's about doing the testing. It's all in this book. There's nobody, you don't have to read it and go, well, where do I get that? It's all in here. The back of the book is as important as the main part of the book.
Right.
And
well, explain why the back of the book is just as important.
well, because there are all the tests, all the tests you need to take to find out what's your toxic burden. Ever thought about what your toxic burden is? It's in here. What are your where are your hormone levels for men and for women? And the glossary that will tell you everything that's in it. The all the different organic skincare products and things of what they do. So the back is just loaded. But what I find most interesting that will interest you is that you can be in charge of your health and how you're aging. And we have a demon in the room here who is, what are they doing, fixing the roof?
I think they're trying to break out.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. And this is a new kind of Facebook Live for us today here at the beautiful offices of Simon & Schuster. I'm not drinking tequila yet. And I want to sign your books, and we're going to answer your questions, and Alan's going to read your questions, and I'll answer them while I'm signing, okay?
And by the way, if you want to order a book, I wish they would have made this name a little longer, but Premier Collectibles, plural, .com/Summers.
Yeah.
SOMERS.
Yeah. And you know what? We'll turn that around in a minute so you can actually see it. I think that will be more.
That's a good idea.
Okay, so how about a question?
Okay, I have a question here. Do you have any plans to return to television?
You know, somebody asked me that today.
No, it was me. I just asked you that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I just asked you that.
Oh, you're not reading here?
No, I'm reading it here,
Oh.
but I just asked you that.
Oh, okay, all
Yeah,
right.
you thought it was someone earlier today.
I did.
No, it was me right now.
But somebody earlier today asked me that also.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you say?
I said that I love acting, but I don't have a burning desire to go back to it unless the part is right. And I think the part that would be right is if Chrissy Snow aged, which she would.
Is 73 years old.
Yeah, but the old style, 73, and became kind of like Gene Stapleton. They're doing construction here.
Destruction.
Yeah. Okay, so now how does this work? I sign for them? Every time I answer a question, I sign a book?
Or
Okay.
You just keep signing.
I
books?
keep signing books, okay.
Okay.
All right, so what's another question?
Okay, did you answer that question?
I did. I thought
Okay.
that she would be interesting,
All right.
like an old lady, but Chrissy Snow would still have that circuitous route to logic, and I haven't put a lot of thought into it, but I know exactly what I would do if I was in that position.
Okay.
Yeah,
I have a question here from Melissa
yeah.
in Minnesota, who's freezing. No, I'm just kidding. She said, I turned 50 in November. In your opinion, what's the most important area I should focus on at 50? Hormonal balance, diet, supplements, etc. I want to be healthier at 50 than I was at 30.
So why do you want to focus on one or the other? I think all three of those things. I think diet is very important. I don't think dieting, if you know, dieting, dissect that word,
Diet.
it's about understanding how to eat. And the most important thing you can do is eat real food, really. Real food, if you can pick it, pluck it, milk it, or shoot it, and it's organic, you can eat it. And it's very non-restrictive that way. I don't eat sugar because I've had cancer, and so I avoid sugar. I eat a high-fat, high-protein, high-vegetable diet. One of the things I talk about, if you want to lose weight, there's only one drug that I talk about in this whole book. And I fought it, and there is a natural alternative too. The drug is called metformin. And every doctor brings it up, and every scientist brought it up. But the natural version of metformin is berberine. But what metformin is it keeps your A1C, your sugar, intact. And if you take it along with the supplement I talk about in here called AMPK activator, you'll start losing weight. Just thought you'd like to know that. Hormonal balance at 50, it's time to take a blood test and get a baseline and find out where you are now. I would rather you would have gotten a baseline in your 40s because that's probably more likely before you've had hormonal decline. But hormonal decline, every year now, have a blood test, and that's in the back of the book, and it's a good price with life extension. Just to see if you are deficient, if you are losing and declining. Because if you're declining, you want to put back. It's called filling the tank, and that's what Alan and I have done for 25 years. I can't even imagine who I would be without hormone replacement, and you too.
Do you know how to make a hormone?
How, Al? How do you make a hormone? He's a bad boy, isn't he?
Don't pay her. Okay. So I have a question here from Deborah
Uh-huh,
in Lake Wales.
uh-huh.
Have
Lake,
you-
where's Lake Wales?
In Florida.
Okay.
Have you and your daughter Caroline thought about co-authoring a cookbook? Your live Facebook cooking show recipes are fabulous.
Aren't they fabulous? And she's she's a world-class cook.
Yeah.
I've written 9 cookbooks.
All New York Times bestsellers.
Actually, they were. And Carol and I love to cook together. I never say never. I never know what's gonna, happen. Although I think I have 5 books in my head right now that I want to do, and I think Caroline has a new form of a cookbook that she wants to do. So let's see what we both come up with. But thanks for the question. Okay, go on.
Okay, so this is a major question
Uh-huh.
from Barbara, who lives in Atascadero, California.
Oh, I know where that is.
You do?
That's in the Bay Area. Yeah,
Yeah?
Atascadero. Yeah.
Here's the question.
Okay.
You know you have nice shoulders.
Is that the question?
I want to know.
Still crazy after all these years.
I want to know everything about hormones. How's that? How much time have
Who
you?
is this?
Barbara. How much time
Barbara.
have you got, Barbara?
Well, I'll tell you something that you need to know. I don't know how old you are, but understanding hormones is one of the most important things you can do for yourself as a woman or a man. I think if I had understood hormones back then, I would not have gotten breast cancer. Here's why I think I got breast cancer. I think that, and I think that maybe birth control pills played a role in that too, because we were all taking them back then. It was like this, oh, how cool, take this pill and then you're not going to get pregnant. But I started over making estrogen. I didn't know that. I didn't know what the signs looked like. But I started putting on kind of that puffy weight that I couldn't get rid of and I didn't understand it. What I wasn't making enough of was progesterone. Why does that matter? Estrogen is carcinogenic. It is. Progesterone is anti-carcinogenic. And so we make estrogen every day of the month as women in a rhythm. And I explain that in the book. 15 days of the month we make progesterone. Nature is perfect. So we've got this, carcinogenic estrogens gorging through our bodies, but 15 days the progesterone comes in like the savior to open up the receptor sites so that the balance comes back and the ratio is right, and that's cancer protective. If estrogen gave you cancer, every young woman would have cancer. It's only when you stop making sufficient progesterone, and I now know the signs, and I remember them in myself, getting puffy, sore kind of achy breasts. Those are the 2 big ones, putting on unexplained weight gain and sore achy breasts, and erratic periods, things like that. That's all your body language telling you something's not right. Listen to your body language. To tell you everything about hormones, I would need several hours with you. I'd need to do a seminar for a week. That's why I've written all these books about hormones. It is so empowering to know how your body works. It's so empowering to understand how your hormonal system works. And when you're my age, or say in complete decline starting at 45, 50, to put back what you've lost in the aging process gives you back your quality of life. What is that? That means you can sleep, you don't have night sweats, you have better looking hair, you have better looking skin, you don't wrinkle so much, you have a libido, because when you lose your sex hormones, guess what? You can't feel sex as a woman. You can't feel it. That's why women say, I'm not interested anymore. It's just that they don't have any hormones, juicing them up. So it's to your advantage to learn as much as you can about the hormonal system. And I gave you a really good chapter here, and then after that, it tells you where else to go of my other books that will go even more in depth.
Okay.
Barbara, okay?
So if you'd like to order one of these autograph books, go to Premiere, that's Premiere, Collectibles, plural, .com, /Summers.
Very good.
Thank
Okay,
you.
what's your next question?
Okay, the next question. Do you still talk to Joyce? You're gonna love answering this question. Do you still talk to Joyce DeWitt after the makeup episode on your show after John passed? So, to explain what the show was, Suzanne did a show on
Cafe Mom.
Cafe Mom a couple of years ago that millions of people have seen. And we did 14 episodes, and Joyce DeWitt was one of the guests, and Suzanne hadn't spoken with her for, what, 30 years?
Mhm.
Yeah. And it was kind of an emotional moment when Suzanne said, I don't want to talk to Joyce until it's on the show. So we waited. We were anxious to see what was going to happen, and it was a very emotional moment, and they hugged.
Was.
Very emotional. And then, once they finished hugging, it went back to the same old stuff.
No, you know, Joyce and I and John Ritter shared a moment in time that'll never happen again.
Yeah.
There will never be just 3 networks. There's so much content now. And so when you're on the #1 show at that time, it was a bigger than big deal. On Tuesday nights, over half of everybody watching television was watching Three's Company. Can you imagine the power of that? And so sometimes the relationship with John and I was great. The relationship with Joyce and I was always there was some little contention there, and I was really happy to have her on my show. I hugged her, and I started to cry when I saw her, and I think we both realized what an incredible opportunity we both had, and that's what I focus on.
So, Suzanne,
Yes.
just so you know,
Yeah.
you've got a lot of books to sign,
Yeah.
okay?
I'm doing it.
So can you talk and sign at the
Yeah.
same time?
And she'll go. Yeah. Keep asking questions,
Okay.
Mr. Wonderful.
Okay. You'll like this question.
Okay.
This is from Heather
Okay.
in Springtown, Texas.
Okay.
What is your favorite thing to do for yourself?
My favorite thing to do for myself. I love, I love yoga. I do it, I've done yoga every other day for 19 years, except for the last 2 months, because I have a fractured hip. Did you know I have a fractured hip? And I miss it so much. I love, love, love cooking. I'm a good cook.
Great cook.
Thank you. And
We eat most of our meals at home.
yeah. I love dating my husband. I love dancing with him. We dance spontaneously. Sometimes you've probably seen it on Facebook. He's a cute dancer. And I don't know. I really am enjoying aging. I'm enjoying my life. I'm enjoying how I feel. I think a lot of the reason I'm enjoying aging is I feel so good and I'm so healthy. And so I'm just kind of a normal person. I don't need to travel much anymore. I think I traveled at the best time. It's really hard to travel now. Although I enjoyed our flight here from New York, from Palm
Yeah.
Springs. We had a direct flight from Palm Springs to New York. That doesn't happen.
No.
Usually you have to fly to LA or fly to Denver or fly to Texas or
And it
something.
was on what has become my favorite airline,
Yeah.
JetBlue.
JetBlue.
And it was Mint, which
Yeah,
is,
it's like
I
all
guess
kinda
that's
cool.
the version of first class, right? Incredible.
Can you pass some of these books down here?
All the seats go all the way back.
Yeah, and with a fractured hip, it's really nice to
The
have a seat
service-
that goes all the way
Yeah,
back.
the service is great, really, the people are, I mean, really.
Yeah.
They've returned to what airline travel used to be.
Yeah, but now it's over. This was the last week.
Yeah. Well, they just do it during the holidays.
So
Well,
what's
they're
the
gonna
next
keep flying,
question?
But it won't be Mint. Okay, I'll answer this question.
Okay.
What's your and Al's favorite tequila? The answer is Casa de Dragones.
So if you want to
Okay?
send some.
House of Dragons. And it's a little pricey,
That's our
Okay.
friends, the Rankers, at Casa Dragones.
but it's a sipping tequila.
More books?
Oh, sorry.
I'm doing my part.
It's a sipping tequila.
Yeah. And I noticed
So-
the last time out you didn't sip so much.
No, I know.
You drank.
I mean, you can put it on ice, but it's really great for, it's like the cognac. It's like the 17th century cognac of tequilas. It's really incredible. And you pour just about a little bit like that, and you can sit and sip. You just want get your tongue a little wet and savor the
But you
taste.
see,
It's really,
I'm not a connoisseur. I like to get a couple of big gulps of tequila in me and get the feeling.
I know.
I'm a cheap drunk. I'm just like, woohoo, feels good.
See, I happen to like the journey. She likes the destination.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
I like to land.
You don't want to do tequila shots with Casa de Dragones.
No.
It's too
no,
special.
No. No. Okay,
Okay.
what's the next question?
Okay, the next question is Forrest Fenn.
Oh,
Let me tell you about Forrest Fenn.
we're already.
Forrest Fenn
My boyfriend.
is a gentleman in Santa Fe,
Mhm.
Suzanne's boyfriend. He's probably, must be close to 90 now,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, but
One of the most
he gives
interesting-
you a run for your money, Al. I love Forrest.
Excuse me. He's one of the most interesting men on the planet.
He is.
He was a pilot for the CIA during Vietnam.
Yeah.
He flew 210 missions into North Vietnam, was shot down twice, has 2 purple stars.
Yeah.
He's from East Texas.
Cool guy.
He had never owned a piece of art or knew anything about art ever. When he got out of the service, he was with his sweetheart. They moved to Santa Fe, and he got very interested in art. He wound up owning the largest, most successful, what?
Well, I wondered why you were talking about Forrest Fenn.
Well, first I'm talking about Forrest, then I'll read the question.
Okay, all right, because they.
He wound up owning the largest and most successful art gallery in Santa Fe, which says a lot because Santa Fe is all galleries. And most of the art we have right now, we got through Forrest. And he actually gave us his discount. Okay, anyway, he's a great guy. He did something relative to creating a treasure hunt. He has a walk-in safe in his house, like a bank safe, where he keeps all his special collection, the most incredible collection. And he had this, I don't know what it was made of, but he had this chest in there filled with rubies, diamonds, gold, a lot of gold in
I
there.
saw it so many times. I've touched all those pieces.
Yeah, I mean, it was, and it turned out to be, the whole thing was worth, I think, $2 million. So he has a mischievous part to his personality. So he took this chest with everything in it, and he buried it somewhere. And it's not in his backyard, okay?
Or is it?
No, he said it wasn't, and I believe him. And I'll tell you another reason why I know it's
Okay.
not in his backyard. And the only clue to where that treasure is inside a book he wrote called, what was it called? The
Thrill of the Chase.
Thrill of the Chase. It's a beautiful coffee table book. It's beautiful. There's a poem in there. And if you can decipher the poem, you will find the clue to the treasure. And you will be very rich instantly. Okay.
Okay, why are you talking about Forrest
Okay,
Fenn?
Forrest Fenn. Forrest, it says, I'll read this directly, okay?
Yeah.
Forrest Fenn has wrote about you on his blog.
Oh.
Have you ever gone searching for his treasure? Well, Kimberly, first of all, it's Forrest Fenn has written about, okay? Not wrote about, has written about. I'm just making that correction because I'm,
That's great, Al.
what? No, I thought Kimberly would like to know that, okay? So I'll tell you, have you ever gone searching for his treasure? Last time we were in Santa Fe, and we see Forrest Fenn every time we go. He took us out for lunch. We jumped into his car, and on the way to lunch, I said, "Can I go into your GPS?" He said, "Yeah, not a problem." So I said, "Great, I'll find out where you buried the treasure." He stopped the car and he erased everything in his GPS. So I had to
Anyway,
say-
he's so mischievous. Santa Fe, New Mexico, has been bombarded for the last few years by people coming to find out who Forrest Fenn is and where's this treasure. The Today Show came, Nightline came, all the television shows came, and he's just enjoying. It's the thrill of the chase. He has buried it.
Yeah.
I have seen it. I think it's worth more than $2 million.
Oh, yeah.
It's diamond necklaces and rubies, and he has a beautiful eye because he loves beauty. So anyway, next question.
Okay, this is from Amy in Winchester, Virginia. How do you manage stress, especially during times of balancing marriage, motherhood, and career?
Well, you know, there's a couple of ways. Therapy, if you know your life is feeling unmanageable, and for those of you who've read my books, I've had a lot of therapy in my life, and I credit therapy with saving my life. As you know, I've written books about my childhood, and one needed therapy after my childhood, and so that's certainly one way, a qualified therapist, because there are two big questions in life: who am I, and what do I want? And most people die never being able to answer either of those questions. I found through therapy that I can actually answer who I am. I wouldn't give you that answer, but I know inside who I am. I know what my moral code is inside. But for managing everyday stress, one of the cheapest things you can do, and we do this 2 and 3 times a week, is we take an Epsom salt bath before we go to bed. You fill the bathtub with 3.5 cups of Epsom salt. It's like $3 to buy a bag of Epsom salt. You lie there for 20 minutes, and we keep adding hot water when we're in there. The magnesium calms you down like you can't believe. You will go to sleep, and sleep like no sleeping pill could ever. And the other thing about magnesium is it makes you regular, so in the morning you'll have kind of a nice experience.
A religious
experience. So it'll calm you down, and you'll have a good, you know what.
Okay. Patricia in Elma, New York. Talk about oxalates.
Oxalates?
That's what it says.
I don't have an answer.
Oxalates.
There's not many like say that, but I don't know what an
Can
oxalate
someone
is.
Google oxalates?
Yeah.
It's OXALATES. Oxalates.
That is most. It's not in this book, so we'll all find out together.
It's a naturally occurring molecule found in abundance in plants and humans.
What is it?
Huh, a
It's
naturally occurring molecule.
A
found
naturally occurring
in
molecule.
abundance in plants and humans. So a high oxalate food from a plant would be high oxalate foods are spinach, rhubarb, almonds, grits, baked potato, beets. But they say you have to avoid them.
You avoid those
You
foods?
try to avoid them.
Really?
You-
Almonds?
Can you
Beets?
Yeah. Says they can give you kidney stones. Obviously a lot about oxalate food, but that's just what it is. Top line.
Okay, why do you want to know about oxalates?
Kidney disease, I think, is related
It sounds
to-
like, because I can't think of a more powerful food than beets and spinach and almonds.
Well,
Anyway, I'll look into it, because I've never heard of it.
okay.
It's for kidney stones. Yeah.
And yeah, so now what, Al?
Okay, here's one from Joel
Uh-huh.
in Dublin, Ohio. And by the way, Joel, if you want to order a book, go to Premier, PREMIERE, collectibles, plural, .com/Summers. Okay, Joel. Where's Joel? Here's Joel. What kind of products do you use to wash your clothes and dishes?
Mm.
Now listen to this. You should sell organic cleaning products. I would love that.
I do, Joel.
Yeah.
I sell an organic cleaning product and a spot remover that is so safe you can actually drink it. I don't recommend it, but you can drink it. It's made from colloidal silver, and colloidal silver is such an interesting substance. You know, if you got itchy red eyes, you put colloidal silver on. Your stomach is acting up, and you got GI problems. Take a swig of colloidal silver. We wash our clothes with it. We clean our house with it. The most important thing about this household cleaning product that we make at Suzanne Organics is I don't want to use any chemicals in my house. He carries the HLA gene. English, Irish, French, German, Spanish, all carry that. If you're going to carry it, that's generally, but he's Polish and he's got it, so it kind of wanders around.
I'm Polish?
Yeah, you're Polish.
I'm Polish.
And if you carry the HLA gene, you're like the canary in the coal mine. You go down first. So if there's like, if in this room, if this was sprayed with a lot of chemicals, he'd be blinking, because that's what happens when he's around chemicals.
I'm actually blinking a little bit. I'm sure that the carpet has been cleaned.
Oh, maybe
with
carpet,
chemicals.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's the canary. It means we're all being affected. It's just that he's having the first reaction. So in a way, it's good to be with him because you walk in, if he starts blinking, you go, let's get out of here.
We used to have to go to our, one of our grandchildren's recitals,
Can you pass some books down here?
dance recitals.
Yeah.
And,
Well, we liked it.
yeah, we enjoyed being there for the first 3 hours. Yeah, I started getting hungry and thirsty, okay? But the theater at the school,
Oh, yeah.
unbelievable chemicals. I mean, I would.
Yeah.
I had brought 2 hankies with me, one for each eye, from all the chemicals that were in that theater. I thought, these poor kids are sucking up all that.
Yeah. You're so much better now.
I am.
The only way to get mold out of your body, toxins out of your body, chemical overload, your toxic burden is detoxification, and it's a long process. There's no drug answer to it. If you know a place, a spa that has a far infrared sauna, I can't say enough about far infrared sauna. We have one at our house, and we're so lazy that we have to walk, 5 minutes to get to it. We don't go to it, and it's so good when our grandchildren come over, they're all in it because it's great for their skin because it takes all the toxins out of your body. And that's probably one of the most important things we can do in today's world because we are under the greatest environmental assault in the history of humanity, as I say over and over again. But
Okay.
I find it appalling. Yes.
Here's a question from Christy
What?
in Wentzville, Missouri,
Okay.
or Missouri.
Okay.
Right? Do you talk about LifeWave in this book?
I don't in this book, but I've been very involved with LifeWave in a lot of books. That company has sort of gone in different directions, so they're not working with us anymore, but they're a wonderful company, and I've taken many trips, gone to many LifeWave seminars. I've spoken to the LifeWave audience over and over again, and I really believe in those patches a lot, particularly the glutathione patch, which is your detox patch, and the sleep patch. That's a wonderful patch. It shrinks the time that the melatonin starts pouring, which normally takes 3 hours. This shrinks the time so that you almost go into your releasing melatonin with those patches immediately upon lying in bed. Pretty great.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is from Zarifa or Zarifa
Uh-huh.
in Dearborn, Michigan.
Okay.
Quote, "You are a gem
Ah,
among
thank you.
us that
Thank you.
radiates in every facet. Can't wait to receive your book. For
Thank
those
you.
who aspire to write their first book, like myself, what is the one advice you can give to start the project?" I want to hear this answer. How do you find it a way to be focused, disciplined, and determined?
My first book, Keeping Secrets.
No, that was your second book.
My first book was Touch Me.
Touch Me.
Poetry. I was so pent up with feelings and emotions that it came out in the form of poetry, so that was easy. And then I was discovered by Johnny Carson, who then made that book a bestseller by having me on every month. Can you imagine the good luck? I don't know how I ended up in the right place at the right time, but there's a perfection in the universe.
Well, you were dating him.
I was not. I was dating you.
I was just testing.
He never made
I know.
any kind of pass at me
No, I
at
know.
all, ever. He
Well,
was
once he did.
Well, he was a little drunk. I know my drunks. I've written 3 books about them. What was the?
Huh?
I lost my train of thought.
And you take lithium too, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
Lithium, over-the-counter lithium. If you're
Okay.
like losing thoughts, over-the-counter lithium. They find that lithium is directly related to memory and a strong memory, but our soil has very little of it left. And they also find that alcoholics are deficient in lithium when they give lithium to alcoholics, that the desire to drink dissipates quite a bit.
You know,
This is
lithium-
over the counter.
Right.
This is 20 milligrams. This is not a super pharmacological doses.
Right, the pharmacological doses are like 2,500
Yeah,
milligrams.
right. That's for bipolar and things like that.
Yeah.
But I've been giving you lithium now for every day for 20 years.
I know.
And,
And I haven't forgotten your name or anything.
No, well, every once in a while you forget my name.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so did you answer the question about?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think you answered it.
So my second book, Keeping Secrets, was a flow. I went to New Mexico with him. We're
My
walking
name
around.
is Alan.
Alan. We were walking around the Anasazi ruins. I found this incredible cave that by the fire in the back, you could tell that, you know, this had been unchanged for 2,000 years. And that night, I woke up in the middle of the night, picked up a yellow legal pad that was lying on the floor next to my side of the bed, started writing and writing and writing and writing. I wrote for 5 hours. Alan woke up and said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I don't know." I read it back to him, and I cried. I sobbed, actually. And that was the first 60 pages of my book, Keeping Secrets. And Keeping Secrets was life-changing for me. It was the story of the child of the alcoholic who didn't drink alcoholically. And what I found in starting the Adult Children of Alcoholics movement is that there are millions and millions and millions of us who, you know, a family is as strong as its weakest link. And so when you're an alcoholic family, everything's focused on the alcoholic. But what happens to the collateral damage, the kids? And that's what the Children of Alcoholics movement was and continues to be. And for me to get to the bottom of that has a lot to do with why I'm successful today, because I'm not hung up, I don't have anger, I've forgiven everybody, and I get, you know, it's a terrible disease, and it makes you do terrible things. And what I learned from my father, who I think was the perfect father for me, because he was so rough, I got the "I'll show yous." It didn't matter how many times that I was a worthless piece of you-know-what. And he said it over and over again. I got mad, and I thought, "I'll show you." And I did.
Okay, so now we're going into something called
Oh.
Let's Play 22 Questions
Okay.
in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, all right.
And if you win, you get the 20 cubic foot Gilson refrigerator freezer. Okay.
You can't even talk.
Okay, you ready?
I am.
Or you just stop signing for 2 minutes.
Well, you told me to sign, okay.
I know, but you
All right.
can't sign
Okay.
and answer.
All right, let me
until-
see.
Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Okay. Where were you born?
San Bruno,
Who
California.
would you want to play you in a movie?
Bridget Bardot.
Who was your first job? What was your first job?
With Alan Hamill.
What is your biggest fear?
That you would leave me.
Really?
That would be my
I'll never
biggest
leave
fear.
you.
You never leave me, okay.
Okay. Who makes you laugh the most?
You,
Thank you.
okay.
What is the one, what is the one thing you need to have in your fridge at all times?
Stock,
And ice.
oh, and ice, but stock. If you
Okay.
have stock,
Yeah,
you
great
can make
stuff.
great sauce and
You're
great
using
soup.
up your 2 minutes.
Okay, okay.
What is your greatest accomplishment?
My greatest accomplishment is myself. I fixed myself, and I'm a productive member of society.
Okay, I thought you were going to say me. Who is the most interesting person you met recently?
Oh, I guess he must be Alan Hamill.
What is your middle name?
No, I'll tell you who the most interesting person I met recently is Benjamin Netanyahu.
Yeah.
That was a true privilege to meet him. I
Yeah.
got to meet him in a room smaller than this with 12 people, and he said to me, I know I'm using up my minutes, but he said to me, "I know all about the books, but I've been watching you on television for 20 years. I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "For the longest time in Israel, all we had was one series and one sitcom, and it was Three's Company." And I was wondering why people in Israel knew me. Okay.
You know, you just blew the
I know,
whole
but
thing.
keep going, keep going.
Okay.
Let's see.
What is your middle name?
It's Marie. All
You
Catholic
remember-
girls
you
are.
remembered,
Yeah.
okay. What is
Yeah.
your biggest pet peeve?
Clutter.
Okay. I happen to have the messiest desk in America, okay?
Yeah.
But so did Einstein.
Yeah. Okay. That's why
What
you're
is the
so
last
smart.
book you read?
Last book I read was Sidney Powell's book. What is
Oh,
that?
it's Live or Die or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
Or You're Guilty Till
Yeah,
You Die
yeah,
or something? Okay.
Yeah, I like her.
What is your favorite hobby? You don't have a hobby.
No, I cook.
Okay. What is your guilty pleasure?
Ice cream.
Do you have any hidden talents?
Do I?
I want to hear the answer. What color is your toothbrush?
Green.
What is your secret snack?
Oh, I really, what my secret
I
snack?
know the answer.
You did, what is it?
Ice cream.
Yeah, I like ice
When
cream.
I go to the freezer and I take out a jug of ice cream for
Yeah.
myself,
I know,
I hear a little voice from
I know.
the other
I
side of
try
the
not
table.
to. Go
Yeah.
on, I'm
She
losing
said,
my
I'll
time.
just have one
bite.
bite, okay?
Yeah.
But then she gets one of those soup spoons, you know, those big giant things and scoops out. Okay, how do you take your coffee? With your mouth, with your mouth, right? Yeah. What is the last movie you saw in theaters? Oh, I want to hear the answer to this question.
Well, I watched 90 episodes of Pablo Escobar.
And how many of El Chapo?
90 more
Okay.
of El Chapo. You
So
think
what
I
was the
speak
last
Spanish?
movie you
The
saw
movie
in
I saw
theaters? In theaters.
in theaters. We haven't. Oh my gosh, we stopped going to movies.
I know. I think the last movie you saw was Mary Poppins.
No,
No.
no,
In
but
theaters.
yeah, I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
We haven't been to the theater in years,
I
right?
know.
Yeah, okay. What is the last gift you gave?
I gave my diamond earrings to Violet.
What cause is dear to your heart?
I think cutting edge health. I think what I do in these books is my gift. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I understand how the body works. I don't know a lot about a lot of things, but I've been described as autodidactic, and that's a very narrow but comprehensive, and I really care about a well working body.
Okay, what is the number one on your bucket list?
Having a tequila tonight.
Where do you want to go that you've never been?
Nowhere. No, I'm
Okay, so
content.
2 minutes, how long did this take? 45 minutes.
So I'm a failure.
Okay, let's see where we are
Yeah.
here. Okay. Okay, this is from Andrea in Fairfield, Connecticut.
Okay.
You are my guru.
Mm.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you for being the face of natural wellness and natural healing. You radiate love and light and health. You just booked a spot with my friend of 20 years, Marcy Hopkins, on Wake Up with Marcy.
Cool.
Amazing. I adore you. Simply adore.
Mm.
Thank you.
Mm.
So, Andrea, how do you feel
That
about
means so
me?
much.
Andrea? Okay.
They all love you, Al.
I know. Okay, here's one from Nancy in Palatine, Illinois.
Look at us.
I think it's Palatine, Illinois.
Okay.
I'm a forever fan. You've saved my life
Wow.
in many ways. What's one of your guiding pieces of advice for living a fulfilled life?
Manage your stress. Forgive all those who need to be forgiven, and forgive yourself. One of the greatest things a therapist ever said to me, I was saying, I don't know, I try so hard to be perfect and I never seem to hit the mark. And she said, well, welcome to the rest of us. She said, there is no perfect. And so once you accept in life that there's no perfect, then you can forgive yourself for the stupid things that you do and say and choose, etc., and let yourself off the hook and use it as an opportunity to learn and a lesson and then move on.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. Here's one from Elizabeth in Manchaca, Texas.
Yeah.
What would you suggest to help detox my body from terrible toxic meds? In my case, 16 years on interferon.
In my book, Knockout, Doctors Who Are Curing Cancer Without Drugs, I interviewed a doctor by the name of Dr. Nick Gonzalez. He's no longer with us, and it's under mysterious circumstances that he's no longer with us. It's very disturbing to me. But he is my cancer doctor, and his protocol is coffee enemas and pancreatic enzymes. And I said to him, why coffee enemas?
Well, there's more of that. It's also a specialized diet.
Well, I know, but I'm just getting into the detox part.
Okay.
The detox part of coffee enemas, I said, can't you just drink coffee? He goes, it doesn't work that way. He said the liver, which is right here, is like a sponge. And when you take coffee by enema, it like squeezes the toxins out. And
Of the liver.
And in his protocol, you hold the enema, the coffee enema, for 10 minutes, and it just like take a sponge and just squeeze it all out. And he usually has you do 2 back to back. When he died, I went to his funeral, which is upstate New York, in this little church that looked like George Washington went to church there, packed with all his patients. These were all people who had had bad cancers, who were given diagnosis of, get your things together. No one looked unhealthy. No one was with a cane or a walker. No one had that gaunt face like you see in people who are so sick. Because his theory is feed it right and clean it out. Feed it right with the right diet that he does through hair testing to find out what your paleo ancestry is, and then detox it through coffee enemas, and it really works. So start with, try giving, I know it's icky, I know, but try coffee enema, and then also go somewhere where they have far infrared sonic. Just keep sweating this stuff out. Sweat it out, get it out of your body.
And in terms of the coffee, it's important you buy organic and free trade coffee.
That's true. That's true. Why do you want to put chemicals up your, you know what?
Okay. So,
Okay.
this
And I
is
guess
from,
we're kind of getting to the end here.
I don't know.
Mm,
This is from Michelle in Des Moines, Iowa.
okay.
How to keep all your joints and spine in great working order to avoid feeling stiff.
Okay. Well, if you read Dr. Wright's chapter in this book, A New Way to Age, he talks about a supplement called niacinamide, and it is one of the greatest things you can do for your joints and your cartilage. Take a niacinamide supplement every day, and then we make a supplement in our company called Joint Ease, which also relaxes the joints, and so that's how you do it.
Okay.
Better
And
than
that's at
drugs, too.
SuzanneSummers.com.
Yes, Susan.
Okay.
Okay, one more.
At what age do you feel your best?
I think 73. I've never been as happy or as content.
And why are you so happy?
I am happy because I'm married to you. I know you're being like that guy right now, but he's a great husband. And with this fractured hip, he's taken such good care of me. He's been so attentive and so tender, and I've not been able to do anything, and I mean anything, for myself. He's just done it all, and it's just been an amazing thing.
And,
I thank you so much.
No, actually helping because of this stress fracture she has. I have to help her, with her shoes and things. And the one thing that I've never done before was to help her put on her panties. Okay. And I've come to enjoy it, actually. She has these, what do they call it? Panty hanky?
Hanky
She has
panties.
hanky-panky, a lot of hanky-pankies, okay? And there are these, there's hardly anything there. And I'm sure they must be expensive, right?
$20 each.
Oh.
Yeah.
They
But you
probably-
have got really good at putting them
I'm
on.
really good at it,
Yeah.
okay?
See,
I
before
sort-
it was always taking them off.
I-
Now putting them on.
What I do, I sort of spread it like that, and I get down on my knees, and I let her put the first foot in, okay, then the second foot, and then pulling them up is, I tell you, it's a whole new experience for me, okay? And even
And
after
that's
the
why
stress,
we're so happy.
even after the stress fracture heals, okay, she said she's going to allow me to continue doing it. Okay.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. How fun.
Okay,
And-
now if you wish to order a book, an autograph book, go to Premier, Premiere, collectibles, that's plural, .com, Summers, SOMERS.
No, the slash,
You get one of
the
these,
backslash.
yeah, you get one of these autograph books, okay?
PremierCollectibles.com.
And it only costs you
/Summers.
$214.
He's lying.
Yeah.
Here he goes lying again. Those of you who know him from Facebook Live, he lies all the time, doesn't he? I know, but it's all just you being
It's
Mr.
okay.
Gazelle.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you all.
Is that
your
it? Are we
books
done?
Your books are signed.
Okay.
They will come. And thank you for supporting me. And if this book helps you in the way that I believe it will, then tell your friends about it. Because I think that we all need to know this, just to know that there's another way to go. And maybe this is really what's going to appeal to you like it has for me. Bye, everybody.